Hello, Farmer Lotta. Hello, Farmer Lola. Hello, chicken. We got a chicken. He lives on our farm. A very clever chicken. Bestest in the barn. We got a chicken. We taught him how to sing. We taught him how to dance. We taught him how to play the saxophone. Sing! Dance! Play the saxophone! Hello, Farmer Lola. Hello, Farmer Lotta. Hello, moo cow. We got a moo cow. He lives on our farm. A super-duper moo cow. Bestest in the barn. We got a moo cow. We taught him how to sing. We taught him how to dance. We taught him how to play the drums. Sing! Dance! Play the trombone! Hello, Farmer Lotta. Hello, Farmer Lola. Hello, piglets. We got a piglet. He lives on our farm. The perfect little piglet in the barn. In the barn. We taught him how to sing. We taught him how to dance. We taught him how to play electric guitar. Sing! Dance! Play the guitar! Play the guitar!
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our whole school assembly. It's Monday, the 28th of September, 2020, and we are live from the Prince of Wales First School, and you are joining us for the start of our Inspired to Learn Food and Farming Fortnight. Now, you may have spotted, if I just remove myself, let's look at That's right, out the front of school today, we had our very special tractor on loan to us from Maiden Castle Farm. Huge thank you to Maiden Castle Farm. And we had our music playing, and we had a chicken as well out the front this morning. Lots of excitement to launch our fortnight focused on where our food comes from. And I'm very excited that we have a guest joining us live in assembly today. We have Hazel. Good morning, Hazel.
Morning, everyone.
Hazel is up at the farm live from Maiden Castle Farm this morning. How is everyone at the farm, Hazel?
We're all very well. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Now, we have got lots of exciting things planned over the next fortnight, and you've been working very closely with us. All the children will be coming up to visit you for their autumn term visit. What sort of things are going to see at the farm at this time of year, Hazel?
Okay, so we're going to be looking at everything that's been going on with harvest and what crops we've harvested. And also we're going to have a chance to see how we're preparing for the winter ahead and what all the animals look like as well.
Fantastic. I know that everyone is very, very excited to be coming up to Maiden Castle Farm, as is always the case, especially at this time of the year. It's exciting. It's our first visit. Oh, who have you got behind you?
I have the cows. Look, they're all ready and waiting to see you.
Good morning, cows. Now, I know you want the children to get involved in a special challenge this year. Is that right, Hazel?
Absolutely. The special challenge I want them to do this farming fortnight is called Farmvention. I want them to be climate superheroes this time, Mr. Spracklen.
climate superheroes. I reckon all of our children at the Prince of Wales School would be brilliant climate superheroes, using all that work from our eco school work and applying that to the farm. I think that's a great idea. I've got a little video here that tells us a little bit more about Farmvention. Shall I stick it on?
Yes, please. That would be ideal.
Let's put it up on the screen. Here we go. Now, this is something that everyone can get involved in. Isn't that right, Hazel?
Absolutely. Whether you're small or big, whether you're in reception, preschool or year 4, or even a teacher might be able to help some of the children that are not so sure, you can get involved with this Farmvention. Now, the categories have been set down in 4 different areas. Okay, so I'm going to run through them very quickly, Mr. Spracklen, so everyone understands. Does that make sense?
That sounds a great idea. I'm going to put them up on the screen there. This is actually the Farmvention website. So teachers, adults at home, you can go to farmvention.com and you can click through. On the homepage, actually, you'll find these 4 different, they're calling them inspiration hubs.
Absolutely. And of course, we all are inspired to learn here at Prince of Wales School. So the first one is technology. Okay. So technology is used constantly on the farms. And what they're now doing is using technology to battle against the fight against climate change. So on the farm here, I'm going to show you some of the things that we've got. We've got a drone that we're still in the middle of learning how to use it, which we're hoping to use more with regards to our work on our crops. But we also use some items like this that I've got down on the floor here. Okay, so what we've got is we've got a weigh scale and we've got what they call a tag reader. Every animal, all of the cows here, have got tags in their ears that we can now read with this stick from a distance so that we're kept safe and healthy. And that reader would then talk to the weigh machine when they're stood on the scales to see what's going on. So the technology we're using is we're weighing the animals regularly to find out how much weight they're gaining. Okay. The idea between technology in farming is that we've got to make things a bit more precise and a bit more exact, and then we will become more productive. And that will mean that we will produce more food with the same amount of land or the same amount of animals that we've got on the farm, Mr. Spracklen.
Ah, fantastic. Excellent use of technology there. I wonder if any of our pupils can design some new technology that could be used on the farm.
Absolutely. We've got scales that we also use on our feeder wagon, which some of the children would have seen before when they come for their visits. And that weighs all the ingredients. Just like you weigh ingredients for a cake, we weigh the ingredients for the animal's feed before it all gets mixed up.
Fantastic.
The second one is the soil and plant health. Okay. So in farming, the plants and the soil are actually the crucial part of our business. If we don't have healthy soils and healthy plants, then it's very difficult to feed the animals and have healthy animals. So they are all part of a whole sort of cycle within the farm here. We have lots of different ways that we look after these soils, but our biggest way is where we recycle the muck from the animals that go out onto the fields, so that we keep all the worms and all the micro chemistry that goes on underneath the land to keep all of the soils nice and healthy as well. So I've got a question here from reception. Have I, Mr. Spracklen?
That's right. Henry wants to know what the cows eat.
Okay, so the cows eat a mix of different things. Their main thing is forage, which is grass, and they also eat maize silage and some of the grains that we produce on the farm here as well. Today's actually quite a busy day. You might see in a bit, if I get the camera right in the background. Oh, my head's in the wrong place. There, look. There's a tractor and trailer just on its way in now because we're actually silage making today. We're making silage from the forage maize that we've grown on the farm. So it's quite a busy day, as always. It's never quiet when you come to Maiden Castle.
This comes after reception said good morning to you.
Oh, very funny reception. Very funny. Okay, so
that was technology, wasn't it? So shall I go on to the next one? You've mentioned soil. You've mentioned soil and plant health.
Soil, that's right.
What about renewable energy?
So look, can you see the superheroes? I'm sure all of your children can get involved in that. Which should we do next, Mr. Spracklen?
Renewable energy?
Renewable energy. Okay, so what we've got going on at the moment is maize harvest, and it's going to get noisy because the tractor's going to go past me. Now, maize is one of these crops that we, as farmers, produce that can also produce energy as well as feeding our animals. All right, so we're going to have another assembly in Farming Fortnight where I show you, as farmers, how we can produce energy. And the energy is electricity.
Fantastic.
Here comes the tractor.
Two tractors.
Two tractors, look at that. Just like buses. There goes one.
There's one. And another one.
The other. Okay, so as farmers, we can also produce other types of energy to make electricity. So we can produce solar energy, wind energy, biomass, and anaerobic. And I'm going to be showing you the anaerobic later in the fortnight when we've got something going on there. I went filming there this morning just before this assembly. Can you hear me, Mr. Spracklen?
I can. While you keep walking, I've got some more questions from reception. So Ruby in reception wants to know, how do cows feed their babies?
Okay, so the baby's freed from their cows through the mother's udder, and she produces milk for the calves, because baby cows are called calves, for the calves to drink.
And Robert wants to know,
mummy produces milk for their babies as well. Oh yeah, what do pigs eat? The receptions are very busy today, Mr. Spracklen.
What is it easier to say what they don't eat?
Well, yeah, well, pigs will literally eat absolutely anything, and they've had a nibble at Thomas's legs quite a number of times. Okay,
fantastic.
Right. Was there another one we had in that?
Yes,
report?
I'm going to put it. Sustainable food.
Sustainable food. So, sustainable food to me is probably one of the most important things. Okay, because sustainable food is actually about thinking about where your food comes from and how it is produced. So it is always better to buy local. By buying local, you've reduced what I call the travel miles. We always used to refer to them as air miles, didn't we, Mr. Spracklen?
Yeah.
So
right.
By buying local, you can do that. And also, it just means that if you've bought local, you've got less of an impact on the actual climate itself, because we've not had to incur all those extra costs of moving the food around.
That's fantastic.
Right.
I once went to a restaurant in America that was called 500, and it was celebrating the fact that all its food came from within 500 miles away. which in the UK's geography would take most of the UK if you were central, but in America that was seen as a very small distance.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And
Different scale.
farm shops in particular are very much pinnacle to that idea of getting local produce. So it's definitely worth spending that extra time, okay, to find out where your food has come from. And actually just buying British is 10 times better than buying something that's been produced in America or in Brazil, because you know that it's only just had to come down the road and into the supermarket if you buy from the supermarket, and then onto your plate.
Exactly right. I'm just going to read what it says on the Farmvention page here. So, teachers, you can find this by going to farmvention.com. And it says that Farmvention is when farming meets invention. It's a national science, technology, and engineering and maths competition run by NFU Education, and it's aimed for all children in England and Wales. This year, the challenge is all about the problems that climate change creates for British farmers and how they are fighting it to become climate superheroes. There are 4 themed inspiration hubs that we've touched upon this morning, and they're to encourage you to get thinking about the investigations to complete at home or school, alongside some exciting tours that we're going to be doing with Maiden Castle Farm. You can enter the competition individually or as part of a team. So you don't have to enter with other people. You can do it at home if you want, but maybe in school we could set some groups up and take on that competition in classes. That would be brilliant. And there's some amazing prizes, including a visit to the Houses of Parliament and £1,000 for the school to spend on STEM or outdoor learning equipment. All entrants will become certified farm venters and receive a reward pack, including a certificate and a mini prize. And we've got until the end of May, but we're going to focus on it this 2 weeks. We want to see if we can get some entries in these 2 weeks. Isn't that right, Hazel?
Absolutely. And I want to see if anyone can make a really good invention that we might be able to use on the farm here. One invention that my husband made, Dickie has made, is they recycled an old fertilizer spinner and made it into the feed mill that we use to grind up all the grains to go into the animals' feed. So we're a bit of an inventor already.
Brilliant. A bit of Farmvention going on up at Maiden Castle Farm. We've got 2 final questions. These are from year 4. Jolan would like to know if you still have sheep on the farm.
Absolutely. We've got lots of sheep. We had all the lambing back at Easter time, and they're all out in the fields at the moment, enjoying the last bit of the sunshine. I think the rain's on its way. And
Layla from year 4 would like to know what fruit you are growing on the farm.
What fruit? Well, at the moment, we're actually growing quite a lot of blackberries. But other than that, we're not actually fruit farmers. But we grow other plants. So there's plenty of other plants that we can look at when you're here for your trip.
And over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be linking with some farmers that are growing different things, aren't we, Hazel?
Absolutely. You've got lots of my farmer friends that are going to be coming in for assemblies via the virtual method, because of course we are under the usual restrictions. And you're going to learn lots of different things that I'm hoping will help you with your home learning.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Hazel, for joining us this morning. It's been a wonderful assembly. We're going to finish with a harvest song. So in your classrooms, I know you know this one already. I'm going to play a harvest song for you all. Thank you very much, Hazel. We'll see you soon.
Absolutely. See you all soon. Bye.
It's harvest time. It's harvest time. It's harvest time. Let's celebrate. We're here to give our thanks for the good things that we have. Celebrate, celebrate. It's harvest time. China is the place to go for food from every corner of the world. If we work together, we can lend a helping hand. Food is precious, gathered from the land. It's harvest time, harvest time, it's harvest time, harvest time, it's harvest time. Let's celebrate it. We're here to give our thanks for the good things that we have. Celebrate, celebrate, it's harvest time. India is busy growing different kinds of tea. Food from every corner of the world. If we work together, we can lend a helping hand. Food is precious, gathered from the land. It's harvest time, harvest time, it's harvest time, harvest time, it's harvest time. Let's celebrate it. We're here to give our thanks for the good things that we have. Celebrate, celebrate, it's harvest time. Spain is growing oranges and lemons just for you. Food from every corner of the world. If we work together, we can lend a helping hand. Food is precious, gathered from the land. It's harvest time, harvest time, it's harvest time, harvest time, it's harvest time. Let's celebrate it. We're here to give our